this is for my mobile bartenders that are having a hard time charging $1,000+ per event. Let's break this down a little bit because I want you to start getting into the mindset as to why it's so important to be charging these rates. First things first, I'm just going to use a real life example. Let's say right now you're charging $500 per event to go and bartend. The problem with that is that you could actually make the same amount of money doing one event versus doing two events, and you are capped with how much time you actually have in a day. So first things first, it's okay if less people book you when you raise your rates. In fact, we expect that. But you genuinely would only have to book half of the events you're booking right now to make the same amount of income. And at the end of the day, I don't know about you, but I would rather get my time back. It's a far better asset than money. So if I know I could charge essentially one client $1,000, but two clients $500, automatically my conversion rate will drop. That's okay. I am prepared for that mentally. The problem with attracting budget people is you're going to need way more events annually in order to sustain the same amount of income. And that right there is the bottleneck in your business. So if you're having a hard time selling people or actually saying, I charge $1,000+ for my business, I think you really need to start understanding what it's worth when it comes to your time. Something I love to do and help people with is getting inside of the psychology behind selling. If people see the value is at $1,000, it's a no-brainer for them to spend that with your company. And if you're having a hard time convincing people, I want you to stop convincing people, because at the end of the day, what you really need to do is express the value and be the solution to their problems. If someone essentially doesn't have enough problems for you to identify, you need to keep asking them questions until you have enough, honestly, weight to sell to them in a way where you are the solution. So do you want signature drinks? Yeah, we want signature drinks, but we don't know what we want. Great. Now you're the solution because you can tell them what type of signature drinks they could use or have at their event. Oh, we want a champagne pour, but we don't really know how to execute that. Great. I have the knowledge. I know how to execute that. This is why it's so important to constantly ask your client questions. That's going to close sales.